Okay, welcome to this week's case studies. So we'll start with the indexes. I think Nasdaq is bound to have a pullback. Most likely a pullback to about this zone, because this was the previous breakout level, because that's where you see two big candles. So need to take note lah. Okay, Dow Jones seems to be still strong, dominated by the top 30 stocks. So Dow Jones, I don't know, there are some wicks above, but doesn't seem like pullback is imminent lah. Okay, S&P, I think you can see it from here. This candle over here is a shooting star. I think it doesn't look that good over here. I think it's also bound for a pullback. Russell 2000 is a bit far. Okay, the small cap index is not doing that well. Next is US 10-year yield is actually climbing. 2-year yield is quite flat. 5-year yield is climbing slightly lah. Okay, dollar index is climbing from its new bottom over here. VIX is, I think it's still not an uptrend or downtrend. I think it's still sideways. Short QQQ index is climbing a bit. Same goes with the other short ETFs. Cscstel is it rallied quite a lot and then came back down now. Hang Seng, I don't think is doing well. It's still finding new bottoms. Okay, it actually came down to about 14,700, and then there was some form of support over there, and then rallied like that. I think it's a bit hard lah. Okay, Hang Seng index doesn't look quite well. Same goes with China's index, still going lower. Nikkei index formed an all-time high and is coming down back for a pullback, I assume. UK oil is climbing higher, probably because of the issues that are present globally. KLCI index is above the 1,500 mark, which is a great thing to have, but the selling volume on Friday doesn't look that attractive lah. Okay, small cap index for FBM is I think it's okay. Okay, properties index is on an uptrend. REITs form a very bad shooting star. Energy index is climbing, same as the oil counters and also the oil index. Finance is climbing. You can see from many bank counters doing well. Utilities are climbing. Mainly, I think it's because of Whitetail, Renthill, and stuff like that. Construction counters and property should be climbing together as well. Technology, I think, is still flat. Plantation, we'll wait to see lah. Okay, it seems like there's a rounding bottom coming. Industrial products are flat. Healthcare is quite good on Friday, but I think it's kind of taking a breather. Okay, consumer is flat. Transportation, I think should be climbing because of the Red Sea issue. And telecommunications have been climbing lah. Okay, so we move over to the case studies for next week. So as you can see, Maybank, if you look at it on a weekly chart, you can see it's a rounding bottom over here lah. So there may be a possible breakout, and of course if it breaks out, then it will also be good for the index lah. Okay, banking counters seem to be dominating quite a lot of inside the case studies list. Okay, but banking counters, when they go up, it also helps the index go up as well. So maybe that's the reason why you'll see KLCI is above 1.5 lah. Okay, so that's for Maybank. Moving on to CMB. CMB has been slowly climbing up. You can see there's a mini head and shoulders over here, which I drew, and then I think it has materialized lah. Okay, so it's slowly climbing higher and higher to about to about 6 ringgit now, and I think it's prone to actually go higher lah. Okay, but you just need to take note that the volume is quite thin now. It's not as enormous as previously. Okay, so yes, banking counters I think are on buying note lah. Okay, Dayang, I think generally oil and gas counters are doing well. Uzma has already broken out. Dayang, I think, is following suit. You can see here there's a small cup pattern over here, a small V-shaped pullback cup. Okay, and it seems like it's bound to go higher lah. Generally, oil prices are going higher. Uzma has already broken out. I think there are a few other counters that are doing well as well, but I just took note of Dayang lah. Okay, so you can see that the pullback days are actually coupled with lower volume. Okay, here, low volume, and then on Friday the volume is pretty high lah. Okay, attempted to break out from here, but it failed and closed at the point of resistance. Okay, so next will be CSCTEL. I think steel counters may be in play. If you look at this looks more something like let me just draw it for you. Just something like this, or something like this, and then like this. Okay, so it's kind of almost a VCP pattern, and it looks pretty good for me. The volume on the past 3 days of the bottoming also is pretty thin, so I think that is something good to have lah. Okay, with a high volume breakout, I think it's going to be very constructive. Next is Mbsb. Okay, so if you look at Mbsb, it's actually within this triangle over here, and it seems to be seems that the deciding days are actually quite soon lah. Okay, maybe during the quarter report or stuff like that, but it seems like it's quite soon. Okay, so can look put this as a case study lah. Okay, next is Lion Industries. So Lion Industries is also metal related. You can see that the base is already quite quiet over here. Okay, the basing is already quite quiet, and it should be able to make a decision soon lah on which direction it wants to take. Okay, next is SCIB. So SCIB actually limited down. I have no idea what's the fundamentals of SCIB. I don't know how good is it actually, but on the TA wise, if you look at it on the hourly chart, actually it looks pretty constructive lah. Okay, it seems like it's forming a cup pattern here before it attempts to break out again. So I think generally it looks quite constructive lah for me for SCIB. Okay, but we don't know. Okay, that's why I just want to study the chart. Sasbadi, I think it's forming an inverse head and shoulders already. If this happens to be a next a new base lah, okay, then you'll be a shoulder, and you'll be able to, and if it's able to break out from this level 185, then most likely you will see climbing higher lah. Okay, so Sasbadi is one to monitor, to look and see whether the inverse head and shoulders happen or not lah. Okay, Slvest, solar counter. I think Slvest chart is the best among all the other frequently sought after solar counters. Okay, so Slvest resistance is definitely somewhere here. You can see every time that it breaks out, it comes back down. Okay, and sometimes it's not even able to break out from it lah. Okay, so moving averages are in tandem. Okay, 50 is above 150 and 150 is above 200 lah. Okay, so if it's able to break out from this level here, of course it's going to achieve a 52-week high, which is quite solid. But we will need to wait and see lah, because there are too many weeks here. It means most likely there's a lot of sellers over there lah. Okay, next will be MUHIBAH. So MUHIBAH is one of the inverse head and shoulders that almost didn't materialize, but actually in the end it did lah. Okay, so we need to look back at MUHIBAH to see whether it's going to give a pullback or not. This pullback is quite deep, quite difficult, because I think the share float is also quite thin. Okay, share float is about 429 million only. The volume on Friday is pretty good, but it ended with a wick, just like the other days. Okay, so it may be prone to another bigger pullback before it actually climbs higher. Okay, LEFORM, I think this one also not bad, in the sense that you see it's actually forming quite a quiet base lah over here. Okay, I think it looks quite constructive. Usually patterns tend to test the high of the base before it attempts to go higher lah. Okay, so yeah, and the last two stocks will be Kossan and also Harta. So if you compare Kossan and Harta, I think I did it in my chart review as well. It's actually forming a base, okay, quite a solid base, and it attempted to rally higher on Friday, but it failed. Okay, thus you see a high volume over here, but the candle is not breaking out. Whereas Kossan, high candle came out and it actually closed above the resistance level. So for me, I think comparatively Kossan is better than Harta lah. Okay, so we will be yet to see. I think these two glove counters are better than Top Glove and also Supermax. Okay, so with that, that's the end for my case studies list. As usual, this entire video is for educational purpose only, and there is no buy or sell call involved. If you require a buy or sell call, please look for your licensed advisor or your financial advisor. Okay, the entire video was created for educational purpose only. Okay, so that will be all, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, thank you, bye bye.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.